All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome to White T-Shirt Media live stream special event. Coming live with Mr. RD from RD on the Scene.
How's everybody doing, guys?
Let us do an equipment check. Make sure we got sound. Everybody let us know. Mr. RD will be working the chat. He's taking the place of the wonderful Nicole.
Ain't that cute now? Go on.
I'm partial to Nicole, man. I think she looks better than you. But
oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a quick
What's
sound
up,
check.
Becky, Carla, Cranky Donna, Tammy, Rana, hola.
Also, guys, we're streaming off the phone, so we may not have the reliable signal that we usually have.
Let's see that works.
Is it better?
Let's see if it comes. There we go. We'll get a little bit more. Oh, that was way too much. Let me see. I'll find out right now. How you doing, Sherry, Norma, Anna, Kathleen, Ashley, Tammy? Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve to everyone, guys. Welcome in. Elizabeth, how you doing? Did it kick in?
What's that?
The picture. Let's see.
It's fine.
As long as they get to see.
Yeah.
How you doing, Karen, Missy, Tasha? Welcome in, guys. I know that Nicole, guys, tries to get every single comment. Forgive me, guys, and she does. So if I don't see the watermark, we do not. Do you have a watermark? Yeah. Give us a minute, guys. Give us a minute. What's up, Debbie, Shelly, Carol? What's up, Hen Dog in the house?
All right, we should have a watermark now.
No, there's the watermark, guys. Rebecca, I love that last name. Oh yeah, love the last name.
This hotel's lit over here.
Oh yeah.
All these over here are.
Right. What's the end of the month? Oh, I know. Yeah. Should be empty, but it's full.
All right, so we're gonna jump on the road, guys. We're gonna do a little interview with Mr. RD on the Scene while we're cruising. We're not necessarily focused on calls, guys. If we do get a call, we'll shoot over there. But I got something else in mind for today. I don't collaborate much, you guys know. But I wanted to make an exception to run around with Mr. RD on the Scene. I'm gonna try to get everybody involved, and hopefully everybody enjoys the content.
How you doing, Arlene? Arlene says hi, Bobby.
Hey, how's it going? I was gonna bring the drone and fly around with the drone to let you take it up and buzz around.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Right? But then I'd have to bring the truck. We're in the car also, guys. We're not in the truck. But I would have to be in the car or in the truck with all of the equipment and stuff like that. And we're not doing that. Also, real quick, guys, if for any reason we lose signal because I'm not used to not having all my equipment, we are on the cell phone. If we lose signal for any reason, guys, we will go directly to recording, and we will post the uncut recorded video because I want you guys to see it. But if you guys remember last year right about this time, Mr. RD jumped out on a pole
Come on.
for me and the wonderful Nicole when we were dealing with some personal issues. It was not asked for. He did it out of his heart, so I appreciate that.
do anything to help out, man. I haven't used the Speedos. They're still in the drawer, guys. I'm waiting for another great cause.
A special occasion.
Yes.
You got your special occasion Speedos. You know, I was at work when somebody won that lottery up in Fraser Park, that $1 billion or whatever, and I was thinking, damn, man, I wonder who won that. Maybe it was someone from Bakersfield, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, I tell you that. If you are watching, you know, I will like, if you want to donate a helicopter to me, that would be great. We can name it RD on the Scene helicopter.
That's right.
That's my biggest goal too, is get a helicopter.
Well, you know that there's only two, we were talking about it last night on the stream, there's only two helicopters. Well, there's probably more than two, but there's only two agencies that run helicopters anywhere in Kern County. Well, besides the fire department. But you have that, the Life Flight, and then you have the Kern County Sheriff's Department. There's no private helicopters anywhere in Bakersfield or Kern County, right?
Yes.
There's none.
Well, that might change.
If I get the money, I'll go in halves. Someone on my stream the other night said they had an airplane, so.
Yeah, I see. I shared one with my mods. They wanted 29,000 out of Shafter, guys. A plane. So, you know, for me, in a plane, that'd be kind of hard to go in circles like the helicopter does. The helicopter gets down and dirty. In a plane, you would have to go pass on by and get a shot. So it'd be kind of hard.
All right, so how many people we got on?
We got 155.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, come on, guys.
155. I can't tell you what's on YouTube.
Come on, guys. Let's share it out. Get them numbers up.
Well, I think my daughter's going to share it out to the page right now. I don't know if she has or not, but let's find out. I'm going to switch over, guys, and see if I'm going to RD on the Scene.
All right,
yeah,
so
she did share it out.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said, if we drop stream for any reason, we will definitely record because I want everybody to see. I haven't told RD what we got going on yet, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. You want to know?
No, we'll get there.
Okay.
Because everybody, even my mods ask me what's going on. I don't know, guys. That's why I don't say nothing. Because I really don't know either, guys. So it's a surprise. And you know me, I'm kind of like, don't like surprises. Everybody knows me. So this is going to be a surprise.
Well, I can tell you if you want to know.
No, when we get there.
Okay. But what if we drop stream?
Oh, we ain't going to drop no stream. We're good. How you doing, Kate? Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
So you worked at Walmart for years.
For 20 years.
20 years, retired.
20 years, retired.
Respectively.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And you took on the streaming as a hobby, but as like a retirement thing.
Yes, I did it. I did it on my 2 days out of a week. I started, but like I've always been nosy through all my years.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I started going live on my Facebook page only.
Yeah.
And then my daughter Selena, she started trying to get all the information off Prism, all that stuff that we could go live on and share it out to the world and make some money too.
So she's the smart one.
She's the smart one. She's the brains out of the whole thing, guys.
That's cool.
And we did ask around from other live streamers. You know, what are you guys are working on, like Post Point, the CHP website. So we got all into that, and I started getting into it, really getting into it. So I was doing it 2 days out of a week.
Yeah.
Worked my 40 hours. Sometimes I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Believe it or not, I had to be at work at 4. At those 2 hours, I would go stage.
Yeah.
Go stage and see if something happened. I used to get high-speed chases in the morning. So good contents. House fires. Then I had to rush to work. Then that was my, you know, I believe it or not, man, I used to take my radio and put the earpiece and listen to the scanner and see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I remember you did a really great scene. I think it was down on maybe Monterey. It was over on the east side of Mount Vernon, between Mount Vernon and Union, or excuse me, Mount Vernon and Oswell. And there was a house fire, a real bad house fire, and there was a dog inside.
The guy, yeah, it was right. Yeah, it was on the Mount Niles.
Was it on Niles?
Yeah, it was on the. I can't remember.
One street south of Niles.
Oh, was that Monterey?
Monterey.
Yeah, Monterey,
Yeah.
And
I remember that footage. That was awesome.
That was crazy. I didn't expect to be there.
You remember the wreck that happened there on Union not too long ago, where the guy went through the intersection and knocked over the fire or the trash truck? He wrecked it. He got killed. You shot it from the parking lot of the welfare office. I was actually.
Yes.
I was at my
that.
dad's house, and it was the first time I ever tried to go live on a cell phone, and mine was crappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was right down the street when that happened. I was at my dad's, and it came across Pulse Point. I was leaving my dad's, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to shoot by and see what's going on. And then when I got there, of course, I seen the fatal accident and the trash truck
bad.
and all that. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
It was terrible. Just to see how the impact of that truck hit that garbage can, and it just ripped the whole side door.
Yeah.
And they say that person was like, I don't like to say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was
done.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know a lot of people appreciate what we do as far as, you know, cruising around and making the footage and stuff, but I don't know if people realize how hard it is. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And I mean, my setup, mine's probably the hardest one to run. I'm a dummy. I got all this stupid stuff.
You don't have stupid stuff, I tell you that right now.
Well, originally I had bought a bunch of equipment for my podcast studio, and then I had to transfer all that stuff into a vehicle, which it's not designed to be in a vehicle.
Yeah.
So I've had to adapt a bunch of stuff. I've actually had to make a lot of my own stuff because companies just don't really have, you know what you want. They have close to it, but they're working off someone else's idea or design. But me and Nicole started doing it. I always, listened to scanners and stuff all growing up, and then, me sitting at home for 30 days or whatever, 30 something days when I'm not at work, I get bored. I used to go to the gym every morning and go jogging and stuff like that, but when I quit going to the gym, I got pretty fat. I did, man.
You're getting fatter than me, boy.
No, I've been working to lose a bunch. I've came off of 240 pounds. I'm down below 200 now.
Oh, 200, that's good. I wish I could get down to 200. I just can't.
It's hard. But I do most of my dieting and exercise and stuff at work now. Figure they're gonna pay me to do it if I do it over there.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what we're gonna do, guys. Yes, Bobby is driving. CK, how you doing, CK? Shelly, I do not know. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull over real quick at this gas station.
Wow. I'm scared of heights, so.
All right, we'll hop out and let them see us together.
Okay. What?
I rented us a plane.
That's crazy. Oh man. man, I didn't bring no diapers.
The cat's out of the bag.
Oh man.
I always hear RD talking about wanting a helicopter, and Bakersfield doesn't have helicopters. So the next best thing I could do was get us a little flight tour over Bakersfield in a small plane.
Oh man.
I told the pilot that we needed to maintain the lowest possible altitude. That way we can hopefully keep signal.
Oh man.
But we're gonna do our version of Air One. We're gonna fly around over Bakersfield. Like I said, if we drop stream, guys, I'm gonna record it. But we're gonna go up and we're gonna put around town and we're gonna look at the.
My mouth is so dry right now, guys. I don't even know what to say, guys. I am not gonna lie. My blood pressure is pumped up. Like, oh my god. I have been in a plane before, but
it'll be fun, bro. I'm a big aeronautics guy. I love planes. Hell, I was all excited when they got the new helicopter.
yeah, me too.
I made a graphic just for
I love it too.
Air One's helicopter. You know, I'm a huge fan. I know that you are too. You bring it up every time if we ever win the lottery.
Yes.
We're gonna get a helicopter. I can't do that for you, but what I can do is take you up in a small plane.
Man, thank you. Right now, guys, I am, man. You know what, guys? Carlos, if you're watching, can you bring me some diapers? Maybe you.
I think I'm up. We're gonna buzz around Bakersfield.
Oh, okay. We're back on now. Well, I do appreciate it, Bobby.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, bro.
Should have brought my other phone. No, but I'll be recording off this one too, guys. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome, guys. Please keep me in prayers, guys. And Bobby,
you went to church this morning, man. You're fine.
That I don't throw up or something.
You went to church this morning. You'll be blessed.
You know what? And it's kind of weird that you bring that up right now. This is an adventure for me, guys.
We're gonna break the law real quick.
It's open right there.
Yeah, but it says no U-turn.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's what
what
we're
are you
doing.
talking about? I don't see nothing. Shelly, you knew it, Shelly?
So yeah, we do got some cloud coverage, guys, but over Bakersfield, it's gonna be a lot more open. We'll be able to see. We're gonna try to fly over Rogers neighborhood. We're gonna try to fly over downtown. All that kind of stuff, guys. It's gonna be cool. I got with Terrence, and he's ready to go. He's on his way to the airport now. We should meet here about the same time. I know we'll have enough signal to load and take off and all that stuff, but I don't know. Once we get up to altitude, I don't know exactly how much signal we're gonna have. He says he usually has good signal. He said he flew 8,000 miles and he didn't have any issues with posting and stuff, but he said he's never went live.
Oh man.
So it's gonna be fun, bro. Like I said, if if we lose signal or whatever, I'm gonna jump straight into recording, and then we'll just have to post the video. Can you check text while you're on the phone?
Yeah.
On here?
Yeah. Go down. Go like this.
Yeah, I'm not good at streaming this way.
Robert, what are we flying it? We do not. I don't know. This is a surprise that that Bobby got a plane, and it's amazing that Bobby and Nicole. Oh, this is right here, huh?
Yeah, this is us, guys. We are going in.
Oh man, I need my diapers. Carlos, where's my diapers at?
So yeah, we're gonna go up and buzz around, man.
Well, I am scared of heights. I have been on a plane 2 times.
I was a little nervous about surprising you. You know what I mean?
Well, this is a big surprise for me.
Well, yeah, and I was trying to promote it to where, you know, everybody knew it's definitely something that people don't do all the time, and it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be cool. But we are on the airfield now, guys. We will introduce Robert to our pilot, and then we will go up and you want front seat or back seat?
Oh man, I'll take the back seat, man.
No, you gotta take the front seat.
Oh no, I'll take the back.
You sure?
I'll take the back.
If you sit in the front, you'll get to fly the plane.
Oh no, I don't fly no plane. Oh no.
You have an instructor.
Does people live on here or what?
No, that's people's families.
Oh.
But no, you sit in the front, and then when we go up,
No,
you'll
man,
get to
what
do
if
some.
if I get sick? I don't want to.
The pilot's in control of the plane. You'll just get to do some turning and stuff.
Oh man.
Come on, man. You said you wanted a helicopter. You gotta. This is your first flight lesson, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to.
I want to say something, guys. You know I'm a good God man, and I know I'm safe. And you know what? The thing that you do for other people, and look at Bobby and Nicole are doing for me.
What's going on, man?
To go around Bakersfield and fly around, guys, and I think this is awesome. Put me on a plane with no diapers. You sell diapers here?
I do not.
Oh man.
But that's all right. That would make you a first-time needer.
Oh man.
I had a kid's mom. The kid really wanted to go, and the kid didn't want to go without his mom. I thought she was gonna, like, nothing. No, she ended up liking it. It wasn't as bad as she thought.
So that is the plane right there, guys.
That's the plane.
We're gonna be driving in, guys.
Mr. RD on the scene. Huh? Mr. Air One on the scene.
Oh man.
This is gonna be awesome, man.
No, we're not going on a helicopter. We are going on a plane, guys.
There's no
Guys,
helicopters
share
in
it out,
Bakersfield.
Guys, share it out. I know there's a lot of you guys. Bobby and Nicole has got a plane to take me around Bakersfield because I always say that I want a helicopter. Go live stream. This is
Got some rain.
the plane that we're gonna go up in, guys. I've never been into a small plane before, guys. I don't know how it is. I've been into a big plane. I don't know. I don't got little diapers.
You're gonna be fine, man.
Give all the windows put right down before we go, and then I'll kind of walk you guys through the pre-flight as I do it. Yeah, this one's 1951. The inside's actually really clean because the guy who owned it before me was actually a mechanic.
Oh, really?
So he maintained it pretty well.
One of my viewers just got wheeled one,
Oh yeah?
and him and his wife and family don't know how to fly or anything, so I'm definitely going to be reaching out to him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool though.
yeah. And what are the speeds and altitude capabilities of it?
This one, the highest I've been with it is 12,500.
Okay.
I think the limit is 14,000.
Okay.
Then speed-wise, it usually cruises around 120 miles an hour.
Okay.
So the whole reason I got this one actually is because nobody around here offered the tail wheel.
Okay.
So then one of the examiners that I send my students to get their license with talked me into getting one. And so ever since then, I'll probably never get rid of this.
Yeah.
So you don't have a windshield wiper on this, baby?
I do not.
Us.
But the prop, like if we were in the clouds, the prop blows all the
Oh,
water.
blows all the water off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all the airflow that flows over it, right?
So how you keep this the engine maintained all the time, or?
Yeah. So airplanes actually have routine maintenance.
Yes.
So every year they have to go through an annual. In this case, I have 100 hours done.
100 hours.
So every 100 hour, they go in, check the engine, check the airframe, and do their routinely maintenance. The only difference between the 100 hour and the annual is the guy that can sign it off.
Well, see,
They
and
do almost everything the exact same.
in my line of work, we do a lot of routine maintenance also. We have 100 hour, 500 hour, 1,000 hour, 5,000 hour on, drilling equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah, so anything on this airplane that doesn't fall under that, then they would issue an AD, which is called an airworthiness directive.
Yes.
And that's where, let's say, every 100 hours they check the seat rails, right?
Yeah.
That's not a part of, it may be a part of the annual. I don't think it's a part of the annual because it's an AD, right? So then that's something they specifically look for every 100 hour, right? So things like that vary. This one, I believe, only has 2 ADs on it. So it's
What's
pretty.
the tail number on this baby?
1776
1776.
Delta.
So Delta, guys. If you guys see us up in the sky, guys, give us a wave, guys.
And how do you think we're going to receive mobile signal up there?
I think it'll be not as great over here. I mean, the cloud coverage is definitely going to play a factor today.
Yeah.
So just because now it's all cell towers, things will be reflecting off the clouds and coming back down rather than where they could just freely.
Yeah.
So like on some days where it's like crystal clear, we'll be up there and like I could hear radio calls from like Madera.
Yeah.
Or up by Stockton.
Yeah.
And then on days like today, it's hard to say.
Well, we're gonna try to stay live, and if we drop feed or whatever, we're gonna just jump into recording, and then we'll post it as a recording.
Okay, that works.
That's a good glass cleaner right there. What do you use?
So this is Priss. It's an acrylic and plastic windshield cleaner, but it's really known for.
Where do you get it at?
We order it from an
you have
aviation
to order it?
shop.
Well,
Yeah, that came out clean right there.
Yeah.
well,
It works
yeah,
good.
and it's acrylic glass. It's not like regular.
Oh, it's not regular glass?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's when.
We probably won't use it on the regular glass.
Yeah. I run
I
stoners.
used it on my car.
Use it on your car?
I have. I cleaned after washing my car.
Yeah.
I've used it and it works. So, but I think there's a little bit different. It's a little bit nicer on the plexiglass and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, But
Okay, well, I did it.
Have you ever seen your house from the air?
Oh no. We're going to.
that's the goal.
RD is on the scene, guys. RD is on the scene.
Wow, this is amazing, guys. I'm so nervous right now, guys.
Yeah, so if you want to come in and take a look,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Show
I'm
you the
really
interior.
nervous. This is what we're gonna be going in right here, guys.
So
It's clean.
as we load up, it's kind of like getting into a classic car, right?
Yeah.
So this is the equivalent. You hop in, you'll slide your seat forward, then there'll be room for somebody behind you. Most of the cockpit, like you can see, a lot of it's original.
Yeah.
So, and then other things like the ceiling they redid recently, but I've tried to keep it stock as much as possible.
It almost looks like a Volkswagen.
So you'll find a lot of planes this age.
Yeah.
Like they used to use in the Piper Cubs and all this stuff a little bit older than this.
Yeah.
VW engines and stuff like that. And
One of the viewers asking a question. What he says? What the tires are low. Is it like that or?
they'll look low, but they're not.
Yeah.
I
At
keep them
speed, they'll swell.
at 24 psi. But it is more common from the front when you look at them. They look when it's just sitting here, they look a little low. Now, I don't mind if they are a little low, especially if I'm going like off airport, because this type of airplane is really good at landing off airport. So like in the dirt, gravel.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like my buddy has a lake, like one of those man-made ones for like the little boat that pulls the skiers.
Yeah.
Well, he has a dirt road right next to it. I'll go out there and I'll land right next to his lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
It's got to provide for a softer landing too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's your answer right there, guys.
So next you're gonna see me. I'm gonna
We're
open
at
up
Shafter Airport, guys.
the
Shafter.
cowling, and then I'll check the oil. I just checked the fuel. So we're good on fuel. I topped it off last time. I'll give it a quick sump just to make sure
Okay.
no water or anything got in it, right?
1776. That's an awesome date.
So right here, I'm just checking that it's light blue. There's no water. If there was water, right, there'd be a hard line of separation because fuel is lighter than water.
Yeah.
And then there's no bubbles or contaminants
That's the
in
gas
it.
right there.
This is the fuel right here.
All right.
And then they color it to let you know what type of fuel it is. This thing can run off of, I believe, 87. But
Just regular gas.
yeah, so these were actually running off regular gas back in the day, right?
Oh, wow.
But then once they started using 100 low lead, it's the most commonly used fuel, so every airport has it. And you can always go up, but you can't go down, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I couldn't use anything less than what the manual says I can use, right? So I'll go ahead and check the other wing, because there's a tank in each wing, right?
What's the capacity for the fuel?
So each tank can hold 18.5 gallons usable.
And how many aeronautical miles per gallon?
So this thing, we don't go off of distance. We do everything off of time. So
Okay.
I can fly for every hour. I only burn 7 gallons an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. So I could theoretically fly for about 5
5 hours.
5 hours.
Wow.
So that's being a little bit conservative, right? If I'm out there up at altitude, leaned out, because we can control our fuel to air ratio with a knob in there.
Yeah.
Right. So I can make it burn a little bit less fuel, but you have to be careful not to do too much out, otherwise it's bad for the engine, right?
Yeah.
Runs it too hot.
Yeah.
So, all right.
And the FAA issues your tail number, correct? Or do you get to pick one?
I didn't get to pick it. It was with the plane when I bought it, right? So
Well, 1776
people can go in and
is
try
an
to
awesome
buy them,
number.
but I'm pretty sure there's big corporations that have already gone in and tried to buy all the ones they thought would be worth money and then resell them later, right?
Well, 1776 is the whole the freedom.
That was kind of one of the big sells on this plane, because I had been looking for a plane for a year, and I had looked at 2 other ones
Good morning, David.
that were the same model.
Yeah.
But I found this one in Texas, and the tail number was like a really big thing, and then the engine hours were only at 18 hours.
Really?
So
That's brand new.
It was overhauled, right?
Yeah.
So low time on it, which is really good.
Yeah.
So this is your maintain of every time you go fly, you check everything.
Yep. So this is my pre-flight inspection is what you would call it.
And did you go up in a jet yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah, yesterday I was flying in the Citation Jet 2. I co-pilot in that on the side whenever I'm not teaching.
Okay.
And
So that's you flying the jet all the time?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
It's not all the time. It's like once this week.
Is that the Navy or
No, that was like a corporate jet.
a corporate jet?
Yeah, so it's like a 7-seater.
Okay.
Like, if there was one here, I didn't see one here today. Every once in a while, there's like 2 based out of here, and I could have point one out for you, but yeah. So all I did was I opened this up, pulled out my dipstick, just double checking that we have 7 quarts of oil.
Yeah.
That's where it likes to be.
So that is a brand new motor. It's the same motor, or?
So it's not brand new, right? But it was overhauled. So they went in, took it apart, and then put everything back together.
So it's the original.
And then they slapped it on, but it's not original to this airplane. So the one that when this airplane was first made, it had a different engine on it, right? So basically they took that one off, and after they had already gone through an engine and put it all back together, and they said, okay, you're gonna overhaul your engine. Here's one you could swap it out with, and slap this one on.
Okay. Is it relatively common practice to have a spare engine that's
Not
like
for
overhauled?
most pilots, no.
Okay.
No, most of the time you just maintain yours, and then when they find something right, it may be as simple as overhauling a part, or if it's something like really critical where they have to take the whole engine apart anyways, then you might as well go in there and look.
I only asked because when I was doing my 63 Chevy, I had a spare engine rebuilt, ready to go,
Oh yeah?
just in case.
Some people, like, you'll meet some people that have that type of, money and...
Yeah.
I mean,
Mine was just an old crate 350, man.
But yeah. I mean, airplanes aren't as common as cars, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
And then everything's like more expensive.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as you take a part, and it could be the same part for a car as it is for an airplane.
Yeah.
They'll write a number on it for the aviation. Say we inspected it to this compliance, and now it's 10 times the price.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Well, the oil fields is the same way.
Yeah.
Anything that's in the oil fields is going to be expensive. We pay $15 for a $2 item all day long.
Like if I were to overhaul this engine right now, I would be better off trying to find the exact same engine used with some hours on it and slap that on it than I would be buying a new engine. Yeah. Because right now to buy and put a new engine on this would probably cost the equivalent to what I bought the airplane for.
Really?
Yeah. So you'd never get that money back out of it when you sold it.
Yeah, of course.
So
it's an expensive hobby, but if you're doing it as a business, then there's potential to make money.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And then under here is the lowest point, and there's a little gasculator here, and I can just literally turn that. It would let fuel out, but since this one's glass, I can see the fuel in it and everything, so I don't actually have to collect it. I can tell if there's anything in it.
Oh yeah.
Or whatnot. Yeah. And so the fact that I can see
through
through
what do you base it? If there was something in there, you would not fly it then?
It would depend, right? If there's a little bit of water, I would just let it drain until the water's all gone, right? And then I could fire it up, run it for a little bit, make sure it's running smoothly, and whatnot. And
so it's like a water fuel separator system.
Yeah, basically that's the lowest point before it goes in the engine, right?
Yeah.
So anytime fuel's going through that, I can see what's going to go into the engine. So that would be my lowest point. Well, water is heavier than fuel, so then water would seep down to the lowest point if it could make it out of the wings and down into the rest of the fuel system. Yeah. So, cool. Props good. No dings or nicks. None of the exhausts are eating up into the cowling. The air filter, nothing's blocking that, right? Nothing's blocking my air inlets, because that's how the engine gets cold, right? So air just flows over it and cools the engine. Again, tires aren't flat, they look good. No fluid leaking from my brakes. My brake pads aren't worn out where I can't see them. No damage on the wings coming all the way down, right? And then I'll come to the back of the controls. So then here I can actually lift up and I can inspect. There's 3 hinges with 4 bolts, and then the controlling aileron rod. So here's the rod. If I look at the yokes, when I move this rod, when I push down and it goes forward, you can actually see inside the airplane the yoke move left and right. So when you move that left and right, that's what controls each one of these.
Nice.
Cool. And then if you watch your head in the middle here, it looks like a parking brake. It's actually my flaps. So I can click those down so that they can be inspected.
So what are you basically looking for?
Basically, I'm just looking for that they work properly,
Okay.
and then there's no, like, nothing's broken or bolted.
And that's what's going to provide you lift?
So the flaps, the big thing with flaps is the
Slow
first
down.
couple notches give me extra lift, but then once I get towards the back end where I have, this is 50 degrees of flaps, that's going to create a lot of drag, which is going to slow me down.
Slow you down.
Yep.
Okay.
So then I can come in slower and at a steeper angle if I would like.
So yeah, on my big commercial flights, a lot of times you'll see them drop the flaps.
Oh,
And
dude, they got flaps, they got on the front end of the wing slats, right? And they
Yeah.
got air brakes, so on the top of the wing you'll see little panels come up.
And then when they come down and touch down, they throw the thrusters in reverse.
The reverse
also.
thrusters, right? Because
Yeah.
then they'll, as soon as they're on the ground, they brake. Reverse thrusters slows them down quicker, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I flew on A380s and everything else. They're massive
Yeah,
planes.
those are cool.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to come to the tail. I'm going to do a similar thing underneath. You're going to see I have these little tabs here. So those are actually vortex generators, which actually allow me to fly a little bit slower. So this thing, I could get it down to like 45 or something. Now I could probably get it down to 42 miles an hour.
Oh, shut up, Kelly. All right, good.
And it'll still fly.
Yeah.
So these are on the bottom of the wings. Also, I'm on the front, or the front of the wings, the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah, and see, a lot of people don't realize, but in aerodynamics, every single little curve and everything matters so much.
I mean, those cost me $1,600 to add to the airplane, but like I said, you save about 10% in airspeed.
And they're just little tiny pieces.
Yep, and they're just glued on there. So if more than 5 of those were missing, I wouldn't be able to go fly, but I do have spare ones.
Yeah.
And then I would just have the shot.
And it actually allows you to fly at lower speeds.
Slower speeds. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Tail goes up, no damage underneath. I was the last one to fly my plane, so usually it's pretty easy to know if something was off when I landed or when I was taxiing back in. How I steer on this one, that's the big challenge is, right, the wheels on the tail versus most planes, they've put them on the front of the nose nowadays because they're easier to land and control. So all it does is when I kick the rudder here, which is the feet pedals inside the airplane, it pulls on those chains right here, which then pulls these and turns the wheel when it's engaged.
Yeah.
But right now the wheel's not engaged because it's flipped all the way around, right?
Yeah.
So after I pull it out, it'll re-flip it around. But yeah, basically I'm looking for bolts here and here. Good, nothing's missing. There's actually stops down here so that you can see right here where that is. It contacts that so that it doesn't go too far and it won't hit this when it's up. Right, and it's just a little stop.
So in the air, when you're doing this, that's what's going to bring the back end of the plane around.
That's with my feet, yep. So
Yeah.
if I push the right pedal, it's gonna wanna push the tail to the right.
So it's the opposite thing. If you go this way, it's going to go.
So
If you go that way, it's going to go this way?
If I push right pedal, it's gonna turn the nose to the right, so yeah, it fins the tail
You'll
to
go
the
that
left, right? So then if I did the left pedal, it's gonna wanna turn the nose to the
Yes.
left, which is gonna turn this one to the right. So yeah, reverse.
Reverse.
But when you think of it like that, yeah, the tail's going reverse, but you're whichever pedal you're pushing, your nose points that way, right? So it's direct. It's still direct.
yeah, so you can turn like this or bank like this or a combination of both.
Yeah, and so that,
Yeah.
and in all honesty, like there's a big like teaching debate on what turns the airplane because if I roll to the right, well, you can keep going straight and do a full roll like that, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't turn at all.
Yeah.
But then if I roll and pull the tail up, right now, the tail is actually turning us, not the roll.
Yeah.
So then people will have like, oh, what do we teach? What's the best way? Well, it's like, it's still a combination of both, right?
Yeah.
Because when I roll the airplane, most of the time it does want to turn.
Yeah.
So
How long have you been doing this?
I've been teaching for 3 years. I've been flying for 8 now.
For it?
So I started right out of high school doing this at 18.
I had to ask that.
You're good, dude. You're good.
First day, bro.
No.
First day. We're all learning together.
Actually, last month I had a 17-year-old get their private pilot license.
Yeah?
Yeah, so the kid.
17 years old.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I'm gonna be working to get mine.
It's fun. It's hard to. It's one of those things like once you do it, it's hard to beat. So right now you're gonna see me turn on the power, and we're just gonna check all the lights work that we need for daytime. Now the only one that we actually need for daytime right now is that flashing beacon on the top of the airplane.
Yeah.
The rest nav lights would be for.
Where's that at? Oh, right here. Okay, I see it.
I wouldn't look directly at it. It's bright.
It's is it 3 nautical miles visible or?
Right now it is. So I was.
I mean, for the light, is that the requirement? I know on my drone, it's got to be visible for. It's got to be a strobe, and it's got to be.
So
visible
we don't have rules like that. Like our rule for this is it has to be part certified, right?
Yeah.
So then they certify what parts are good for this airplane.
Yeah.
I just have to buy it.
I actually got a certification for my beacon on my drone.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
So, but
The
I
standard
haven't
ones.
dug into the certification process and all that of the part.
Yeah.
I just know that they've certified that this part is good to be used on a certified airplane, right? So then that's all I need to know, and then I can buy it, and if it fits for my type, the mechanics install it and fill out a form.
Mechanics are expensive.
Can be. Depends, right? If you know somebody,
Yeah.
a little bit cheaper than if you go to somewhere that you don't know anybody.
Friends make you famous.
Yes. So, all right. So over here I have my landing lights, the taxi light, 2 LEDs, and then on the tip of each wing, I have a little receptacle, right? So these are angled when I'm coming into land. Yeah, they're bright.
Yeah.
Like at night, if I turn those on, you can see like like a mile.
Let's look at my headlights right now.
So then a green nav light on this side, and they
Why is it one red and one green?
So they took them off of boat ships, right? So you have on one side is red, one side is green, and then on the back there's actually a white on the tail, the fin part that turns the elevator, or in the rudder in that case. So if I see a green light and a flashing red and then a white light, I can tell that at night that plane's going left to right. But if I saw a steady red and a flashing red and a white, I could tell it's going right to left.
And see, Air 1 actually has the same color lights. So when you see Air 1 up in the air, if you see the green light, that's the right side of his plane. The red light's always on the left side.
Yep, and then if I saw the green and red at the same time, right, that would tell me they're coming right at me.
Oh, like that.
So
All things in the air, they follow the same light
but
signals.
you'd be surprised how far at night you can see somebody away.
Yeah.
You can see somebody 15 nautical miles away, so they're not really
Is that
close to you.
pretty like?
That's pretty far. I mean, that's here to Municipal, the south side of Bakersfield.
On Union down
basically.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty wild. Like you wouldn't expect some things you don't expect are the case. So cool. And then yeah, I have a little checklist that I'll pull out just to make sure I didn't skip anything. Right here.
Now, see, even on commercial flights, you always see the co-pilot or somebody going around doing the walk around of the plane.
Yep, before you even show up for the flight, most of the time they're out there doing that, right?
Yeah.
So, and generally they're in like a little yellow, their pilot uniform with like a little yellow or green vest or something.
Well, unfortunately, I sit in airports for long periods of time, so I get a chance to see all that.
Yeah, what goes on. So, cool, fuel's good, flaps are good, maps are on, check the lights, turn the power back off, check the quality and the quantity. Caps, drains, and vents were all put on, so anything I took off, I put back on. Engine oil, we checked that, prop, air intake, exhaust system. You saw me check all the surfaces and controls, pitot static ports. So on this side, I'll point these. I checked them, but I didn't point them out to you guys. So this is my pitot tube. That's where it gets my ram air, right? So once we start flying through the air, it takes air in through there to my gauges on the inside, and then it'll compare them to this hole right here, which is static air. So there's air around us, right? And so the difference between the two is how it tells how fast we're going.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's crazy,
So
huh?
you measure air coming in here
Ram air here
versus
static air there.
here, and that's how you tell how fast you're going.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So gears, tires, and brakes. I checked all my tires. There's brakes on both of these. There's no brake or anything on the tail one. The antennas. So I have 2 antennas on the top. Those are going to be my comm antennas. And then I already took out the chalk from in front of it. I don't tie it down when it's in a hangar, but some airplanes are out on the ramp, right, chained down. So then you would make sure you unchain it. And then the planes with the tow bar on the front, right, there's a little bar that can connect to that to pull it around. So you want to make sure you remove that but mine doesn't have a tow bar or anything like that to pull it around with. So we don't have to worry about that. Final rock around is just basically I'm looking underneath, didn't forget anything that's gonna block us when I go to pull it out. I've gotta watch my wing clearance, but this hanger is a little bit bigger than some of the other T hangers. So usually I have 3 feet on each side when I'm pulling it out.
Yeah.
And then I checked fuel, oil, and did my whole walk around and went through my checklist. So we're good to go. So now you're gonna see me pull out one of the little handles on the tail that I had installed, and I can pull it out by myself.
Do you need some help with it?
So if you want to hop on the other side, when you guys get, there's another handle on each side. So right here, I can pull this out, and then on your side, there's one right there.
So they're gonna pull it out,
And you can
guys.
pull that out. Usually you use my thumb. Cool. So then now
What's
we're
up,
gonna
Kick
push
Rocks?
forward,
Here we go, guys.
and our tail will spin around, so that will wobble the tail.
So he does this by himself, actually. So Bobby's giving my hand. And where should be going
And then
in?
once it's out,
Yeah,
tail towards me.
I am excited. Big Daddy's excited. What's up, mijo?
Cool.
Yeah, you got that right, son.
Then you just
I
push back
am
in.
nervous, but
Oh, sorry about that.
I have faith
Just
in it.
more
and I
drag,
have God
right?
in me.
Yeah, right.
Anything that's sticking out.
Holy Spirit will be fine,
Drag.
guys.
Cool. And then I'll leave the hangar open just because it's a pretty nice airport and everybody around here is pretty friendly.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere else, I may close it up and lock it up, but we're gonna only go up for about an hour, right?
So we'll be wearing the headsets.
How noisy is it inside the plane?
It's a little bit noisy, so that was the other thing I was gonna bring up, is that might affect how well they can hear you. Now,
Well,
I
I'm
did
gonna
see-
take his microphone and I'm gonna put it inside my earpiece, and then I'll put this one close. You know.
Okay.
So they'll be able to hear us, hear the communication
Yeah.
in this one, and then.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That should work. It's all trial and error.
Trial and error, right? I don't know. I'm not familiar with how those will sound. I believe
First
because
time I
they're
ever used
covered.
one.
I mean, it's similar to our headset mics, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little mic that goes up to your mouth that has a little foam on it, same as yours does.
Yeah.
So if they're real close to your mouth, they should still be able to hear you.
You can clip that on.
And you
Yeah.
you guys will be able to hear each other. They just probably won't be able to hear me talking to you guys, right? Because I'll be in the other headset, so you'll hear me in your ears, but they won't.
Yeah. Well, if I put the speaker in my ear, they should be able to hear all of us.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, then they
I
should.
think that'd be cool.
And we can test that out, and you can ask them when we first start up, like, hey, check, can you guys hear? Like, we can do a little test up.
All right.
So,
Cool.
First time for everything, right? So,
I got back seat.
Man, I think I should take the back seat.
I don't think so, bro. I think you look good in the front.
since we're not going to another airport, I'm not going to bring all this stuff. This is just like extra stuff. I like to bring spare oil.
Yeah, we can't change no oil in the middle of the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
Right? But
Get out there, Roger. Put some oil on that
I actually
baby.
just keep a spare tire in the back here for the tail, because if I'm ever out in the back country, right, and I pop my tire,
Yeah.
I have a little spare.
Is it pretty easy to change?
Yeah, it's not too hard.
Put some pins up.
The biggest thing is I have to make sure I bring my little air compressor, right? Otherwise, I have nowhere to get air in it.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Well, she's blowing that baby.
We're good to go.
Man.
and it looks like it's working out in our favor, taking that.
Yeah, the skies look good. And what's our altitude? What were you saying?
We'll probably be cruising around at like 1,500 feet. I mean, when we're not over the city, right? So we have regulations. Over a city within 2,000 feet, I have to be at least 1,000 feet above the ground.
Okay.
And then with a non-congested area, I can go as low as 500 feet. And then in a really sparsely populated area with no passengers, where I'm not a danger to person's property, I can actually go lower than that. But since I'm bringing you guys along,
500
we're not going to
feet.
go lower than 500 feet unless
Okay.
we're coming into land, right?
Okay.
Then that's when the exception comes in.
What if there was a high-speed chase? Can we get on it or what?
Well, Air One.
Ah,
Air, he said he's actually seen.
Oh, dude, at night, dude, you be 500 feet off the ground. 500 feet is not far from seeing somebody doing some
Yeah.
stuff. So,
500 feet is probably from right here to that plane, or?
Oh, that's way more
That's
than
way
500
more
feet.
than
500 feet's
so
probably.
from this end of this runway here to the end of that, this runway is only 3,000 feet, right? So if that's more than a third, right, that's more than 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably half that.
That yeah. So
Oh, yeah, you guys are right on.
But see, Air One usually maintains about a 400-foot altitude in the helicopter.
yeah, they're just slightly lower than us, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, most of the time when I'm out there doing pattern work at night, the sheriff's helicopters are just barely below us.
See, that's what we need to do. We need to go up one night and look down on Air One
Oh, yeah,
instead of
that'd be
looking up
awesome.
at them.
Yeah,
Huh?
that'd be cool.
They come over and they practice hovers right over at the other airport.
Yeah.
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 So.
So
Alright.
I get in first in the back.
Whoever's sitting in this seat will get in first because then they'll slide forward.
Go ahead, Mr. De Leon.
Oh man.
Already on the scene.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the safety briefing before we get in. So we have an acronym called SAFETY. We teach this to all our students because this is anytime they're gonna take somebody up, right? They have to brief their passengers.
Yeah.
So S, seatbelts, right? So these ones just have the lap seatbelts. You're gonna wear them at all times. You're not required to. The big thing is during taxi, takeoff, and landing, but
Yeah.
we're gonna wear them at all times.
Yeah.
It's just best practice.
Yeah.
Right. Air vents. So in this thing, once we get up, so there's over there, you can see at the top here, I can pull that out, point, and shoot, and it just pumps air in from the front of the wing.
So that's your air.
Yep.
Nice.
That's your air conditioner.
That's our air conditioning.
Good.
Otherwise,
There's no heater, right? Oh, that's cool.
so we do have cabin heat, so I can pull a little lever here. When I pull that, it opens up a little
The
tube
vents.
down there, vent down there. Air goes over the exhaust, warms up, and then it pumps in.
Okay, what's that wire loose right there? Does that matter? Or?
So that used to be, in this one there was a push to talk.
Okay.
They had Jimmy and some.
Okay, so it's not nothing.
So,
to
so
worry
yeah,
about?
so there's nothing to worry about. Actually, at some point, I got another button so they can rewire that up to go through here, but it's hanging down because it's not through the. It was wired to where it went in here, hollowed out,
okay.
right, and then it comes out and it would go like you could push on.
So
the
you just touch on the steering
talk.
wheel and
I
you
could,
can talk.
yep, and all that does is it completes the loop,
Okay.
right? So like if I took those two wires and I touched them together, it would talk, basically the equivalent to that. So, but yeah, other than that, so air vents, right? So in the event any of you guys feel air sick, let me know. I actually don't, but I'll probably grab a barf bag out of my trunk.
You ain't gonna be barfing, are you?
Well, I haven't ate, so that's a good thing.
So
we'll be all right.
yeah, I haven't had anybody barf in my plane. I've had, like I said, I brought like a mom who like wasn't feeling well. We came down early. A kid brought his sister who she knew she got like motion sick. Like if you've been on a boat or a plane
Yeah.
commercially and you know you get air sick, right?
don't
Let me know in advance.
I'm good.
But if you guys don't have a history of that type of thing,
I don't. I've
odds
been on
are
a plane 2 times.
this
so.
thing
4 times.
most of the time it's smoother than you think it's going to be up there.
Yeah.
So that's A, air vent. So then F would be the next acronym. That's going to be fire. In the event of a fire, I do have a fire extinguisher in the back. I've been doing this for 8 years. Haven't had a fire. Haven't needed to use a fire extinguisher. But if we did, I'll handle the emergency and talk you guys through what's going to go on. But anything happens, right, I'm going to take care of it. We actually, on those checklists that I was just showing you, everybody who gets their license has to memorize these. And they have bold items that you have to have memorized. And I tell my students, like, I should be able to walk up to you, you not even see me, and then be like, all right, engine fire, what do we do? And he should be able to blurt out, okay, cabin air vents closed, mixture out, throttle out, fuel shut off, all right, master off, and we're gonna crank and bank, and we're gonna start our dive to get the fire out, and then as soon as the fire's out, we're gonna go to our best glide, right? So they should be able to spit that out on cue.
Yeah.
Because you got to have those memorized. So that one's the engine fire, engine failure. Basically, I'm going to run right to left over here, try to turn everything back on to make sure I didn't cause the engine failure, right? And then if your prop wasn't spinning, you crank the key over to try to get it going again. But again, without the engine, we become a glider. So a lot of people don't realize that. But like when my girlfriend first started flying with me, she's like, well, what if our engine fails? I'm like, all right, watch this. Boom, power's out. I glided probably 7 miles.
Just makes me
Made the
feel safe
runway,
right there, boy.
made the runway, and she was like, okay, because she's used to,
Yeah.
her boss had a Maltese, so she's like, well, he has 2 engine, right? You lose one, he still got the other one.
Well, they do glider flights up in Tehachapi.
Yep,
Yeah.
so they have a really good glider port. There is actually a few planes that do gliders out of here. I think one of the bigger hangars, the guy has a glider, so.
That's the thing that no motor at all, just
No
glides.
motor at all. You'll see a plane bigger than this, bigger engine than this. It's probably a tail wheel like this, and it'll take off and pull them, drag them up, basically.
Yeah, and then they got to disconnect on the cable, and then
Towing a glider, right? So then they have a lever that they probably pull, and it disconnects from the other airplane. So I haven't done that long term. I would like to. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, right, the more you do, the better experience you have.
Just keep the motor on.
So,
There you go.
Cool. So yeah, that's the F for fire and emergencies. Like I said, in the event of emergency, I'll handle that. But we do have 2 exits for the most part. If there is something, you're going to use these exits, right? Lift up on the handle, push out. On this one, there's a little lock here. It's as simple as flipping that up. Now it's unlocked. Latch up and you push out, right? So in the event for some reason we couldn't open the doors, you can kick the windows out. So these were designed, right, not for pressure to be pushed in on them, not to be pulled out. So this should be easier to kick out than to try to push in, right?
Yeah.
So other than that, talking, so we won't be talking we may talk to the tower, because if that's the best way to get us over there to kind of get overfly the city, I'll get up with them and ask for a transition through their airspace to kind of shortcut through there over there. But it depends how busy they are. If they're IFR, then we're not going to go into their airspace. But I know outside of their airspace, it was reported.
So
VFR.
you have to communicate to
go into their circle.
Yeah, if you're in the Class D airspace surrounding Meadows Field Airport,
then
you have to talk
there's
to
a
the
4-mile radius
tower.
around them.
So how do you know, like, if there's a plane coming in? How would you know? Would it let you know, or
To their airspace.
yeah, around it, like
They would let me know, but we also have an app called ForeFlight that most pilots use, so I can actually
I have the same one.
pull the app up, and it can show me. Once we're in the air, I'll lose this, but it can show me where all little airplanes on. Or if I click on him, oh, he's up at 39,000 feet, right? Not a factor. One little guy.
so you look at all that stuff. Okay.
9,000 feet, again, not going to be a factor. So it doesn't look like anybody else is flying around here locally. Now, when we're out there VFR, well, the reason they call it VFR is it's visual flight rules, right? So I'm flying visually. Usually with anybody's with 3 miles or closer to you, you can spot them.
Yeah.
And you'll see.
Can you communicate with
Well,
those people?
when you fly a
So,
drone, you're under VFR the entire
when
time.
we're at this airport, we have a frequency that everybody in the vicinity of this airport talks on, right? So then I could theoretically talk to them if they're on the same frequency. Usually if you're coming into an airport and you're within 500 feet of the pattern, you're on their frequency, right? So you guys can talk to each other. I would just call out, usually, and you'll hear me make reports like Shafter traffic, Cessna 1776 Delta taking off runway 30 left downwind departure, right? I'm telling people what I'm doing. If somebody else has a radio, they can hear what I'm doing, so then they can plan for it and accommodate. But again, a radio is not required here, so they don't have to talk to me as long as they can see and avoid, and that's the whole point of that beacon on the back there. So people don't know this, but you can actually have a deaf pilot. I've met a deaf guy.
Yes.
A deaf pilot.
Yeah, there's
So you can't hear, and his limitations are he can't go to towered airports where radios are required. So where a radio is required, he can't go. But when you sit in the airplane there, you take a little whiteboard and you write down the tasks you're going to do, and then you just check them off.
I actually shared a post on that. It was
It's pretty cool.
yeah.
I thought it was unique.
Yeah, that's cool.
Those
A blind pilot,
A lot
not
of
so
people
much.
turned him down because he was deaf.
But yeah, if we're flying along and I'm doing some talking, right, you may hear me say stereo cockpit or hold up guys, and right, or I have a little lever, a little switch over there that I can flip, and it isolates me so I can't hear both of you guys.
Okay.
So then you guys could be talking and I can flip that, and I wouldn't have to be distracted by you guys. But for the most part, I try not to flip that. I like to let you guys hear what's going on and what I'm doing, so I can kind of talk to people through what I'm doing.
Cool.
Right, teaching process.
Yes.
So, and then your questions? Any questions before we go? Cool. I'll let you load up in the front. There's a little lever here and a handhold in the front on the dash, so right here.
Okay.
RD on the scene.
Oh, watch your head.
Let me go in this way.
I might have exaggerated on that 220 or 240, whatever. Come on, RD.
I've taken 4 people up, so when you guys both said you were less than 250, I'm like, all right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. That's it.
Cool. And then you can actually slide forward, right? So there's a handhold right here in the dash, and then you gotta hit. There's a little lever there. Yep, right there, boom. And you don't have to go all the way forward. Just somewhere where you're comfortable.
We can move it back when he gets in.
Yeah. Cool.
I can't believe there's ashtrays in here.
Used to be smokers back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Now it's frowned upon because they found out all the data on how smoking affects you. and flying at the same time.
So back in the days, it was cool. Not no more.
Not no more. They know
They
too
took
much
them
about
out.
it, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and hop on in.
You got an ashtray here, ashtray in the back. Oh, that's not an ashtray. That's
Not anymore. I converted those. I didn't convert them, but the old owner converted
The
them
owner,
to
yeah.
the headset plugs, right? So,
1 second, guys. Let me get my seatbelt on.
yeah, no worries.
I am so nervous.
I wait until you guys are situated, then I'll close you in, and then we'll head out.
There we go.
Cool. So you're gonna want
I
this
got,
one.
yeah, I got two left feet over here.
Should be good there. Cool. Don't have to be too tight. Like I said, we don't expect to use them, but you are required to wear them. Cool. I'm gonna close this, and then I'll have you.
Okay, I don't have the fluffy thing, but
That's fine.
okay.
That one, it hasn't had it for a while.
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Scoot back. You got plenty of room, bro.
Right there. Good.
Cool. So is that like your initials for your?
Yeah, RD. Oh, Roger.
Yeah, Roger De Leon, Mr. RD on the scene.
So these going like that, or is it the opposite way?
No, that's right.
That's right.
So,
Okay.
And then you'll plug these into the dash. One's bigger than the other, so when you go to plug them in over there,
Okay.
self-explanatory. One won't fit and the other will. Cool. Yeah, long
It
term.
don't matter which one.
One's different than the other, so it wouldn't fit one way,
Okay.
but it'll fit the other
There
way.
you go. I see it.
So keep that right next to you. Yeah, long term, I'd like to get the equipment where you can plug, there's an adapter where you can plug these in, and then it adapts to your phone, so then you can get the audio direct from these headsets and record it, which would be cool long term. So, wasn't expecting to have guys like this today.
What was that?
I said I wasn't expecting to have guys like you.
Unfortunately, you got Bobby from white T-shirt and RD in the sea.
RD's going, he's going to be on a different scene today.
Oh man.
The above scene. Cool.
You got this, RD. You're the one that wanted a helicopter, bro. This is the first step. You got plenty of room back here, too, as much as you need to scoot back, bro.
Good right here.
Cool. So like I was saying earlier, here's how I steer with my feet. The yoke. Close my door. Cool. Go ahead and put my headset on. Mixture in, so this is the fuel to air ratio. I'm going full fuel. Master on, that turns on the power. I don't need the landing light on, so then over here I have my primer, so I'll go ahead and do 1, 2, and then 3, 4. There it goes. Locked. Cool. All right. Clear prop. Give it one pump of the throttle. See if
Oh
that
my
helps.
God.
Put this in here and on there. Tick, tick, tick. Get over here. You can put that a little closer to your there.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you guys go ahead and put it. You can hear us.
Yes, you can hear me.
Right.
Bobby, sheriff's department right there, over there at that house. I don't know what he's doing there. His number I cannot see. It's 1-5 on top of that officer's vehicle right there. Just the sheriff's department, right there in the corner. See it right over there, Bobby? Right there. That red house. The sheriff's department right there.
He probably lives there.
Oh, he's right there on the road. He's looking up the cop shop right across the street. Watch out, school line. fire. That's fine.
All right, here's something
Oh,
for you,
man.
RD. You see the 30?
Uh-huh.
That tells the pilot that it's a 3,000 foot.
The 30 actually, that's based off of heading. So right now we're flying
30
0.
degrees. Okay, I got you.
V00 is the heading.
Ooh.
Right now, no power, right? Just slide it down, and it'll actually pull back a little bit. Kind of floating, right? Kind of floating, kind of floating.
Oh, that makes boom, baby.
Now, that's the tank going down, right? So it's still got, like I said, my tank going down. Power back. Nice and easy, lower the flaps. And then all this nice, easy.
Yeah. Oh, that's man. I love this. Thank you, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Thank
It's
you.
cool. It's a lot different than
Yes.
you'd expect, right? We definitely are more susceptible to like the wind and stuff like that.
This make me change my whole thing about the small planes, guys. I wouldn't, for being up here, guys. I wouldn't to jump out of an airplane. I think this might change my attitude of doing it.
Skydiving?
For skydiving?
Yeah, to jump out of a plane.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't want to tell you and put the cat out of the bag, but then again, I didn't want you to like freak out on me, so I was gambling on this being a good experience for you, brother.
Oh man, thank you so much. A lot of people ask me, my friend Avon, he goes, let's go jump out of an airplane. I go, no, but this changes my mind right here.
It's I love flying, bro. I love aviation. I'm into it.
I mean, that and remember, the planes you're going to be jumping out of are like a bigger version of this, right?
Yes.
So then it gets fit like 12 people in the back, right? So then they're less susceptible. Like when we were coming in, you can kind of feel a little bit of a wind. They're less susceptible to the wind, so then you feel it even less. But like that part of it, like things like that aren't as big as a factor, but they do go higher, right? So then their big thing is the higher you go, sometimes the stronger the wind. So depending on how high you go to jump out, right? That may be where you experience some turbulence, but most of the time they're going out on nice, clear, calm days, right? I mean, they're not going to take you up on a day like this where you can't see and jump. They might, but most of the time they're probably not, right? I don't know. That's still on my bucket list of things to do. I was trying to go and over in Longboat, Santa Barbara skydive. They're one of the higher ones, and it's like right over the ocean.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
That one's pretty cool.
And they do it tap them, right?
Staff does it also,
Yeah.
and then there's San Joaquin skydive or something. They're just south on
There's an airport out there too.
They have their own private
Yeah,
airport.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I haven't been out there. I always fly it all the time. I was like, somebody was like, yeah, let's skydive. So there's a little circle that covers parachute jump over there. So when it flows, like, they'll let us know, hey, watch out, there's going to be parachute jumping there.
So they have their own different areas where they do it after
Yeah.
they land at. Yeah.
Yeah, they mark little circles because where, and it has like a little parachute symbol.
Pretty cool, man. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Nicole. Next thing, when we're coming down, when we're landing, I see birds, and it kind of scared the crap out of me. So you're used to like if you hit a bird,
I've never hit a bird.
you've never heard of
I've been
bird?
doing this for 8 years, 2,200 hours, and I've never hit a bird.
I seen one flying.
We always get close to them, but I've never
Yeah.
hit one, right? You kind of look for them, and then
Yeah.
you kind of see, most of the time they see us, and you kind of see them adjust for us.
Yeah, they
We
moved
try to
out of
do
the
the
way.
same, but it's a little bit easier not to hit them when you're only going 70 miles,
Yeah.
60 miles an hour, right? Versus, the big jets, they're going 200. So. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was the runway we took off. The other one we landed on was the bigger runway. This one's
This one's big.
yeah, the other one was like 5,000, I believe.
So if you were on one of those big jumbo jets, 782, what's that, 727 or
747.
yeah, 747. If you were in a passenger and something happened, you think you can fly that baby?
The only reason I might say I might be open to do something like that is because of my jet time.
Yeah.
But right, it depends. I mean, I may get in there and not know how to do like.
The controls or
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if they're using the same Rockwell pollen system, right, I could
This is something different, guys. This is amazing. I was scared. I don't need no extra chonies or diapers. This is awesome, guys. I recommend anybody who is scared of heights, guys, to do this, guys. I'm ready to jump out of a plane now. I'm serious.
And just start the engine there.
Bam.
And that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, you did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Awesome. So unplug these babies.
Yeah. And then if you want to go ahead and push your door, you can push it all the way open as far as it'll go.
It should
And then
latch
it'll
open.
click.
Yeah.
You'll hear it click.
Right here?
A little harder. You can push it further. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
I
Boom.
don't want to break something.
No, you're good. Everybody's like that. This thing was designed in 1951 and it's still flying, right? Back
Yep.
then when things were built to last.
Okay, I gotta move the seat up first. Let Bobby out. You got it, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
All right, watch your head on the wing.
Oh yeah,
Right there.
right
That's
there.
my fuel gauge right there.
How much gas did we waste? Not even much.
We burned more on this side.
You burned more on that side?
Yeah, because they,
Oh, yeah.
they were completely full. But you can see how it kind of bobbles because
Yeah.
it's just a little floater gauge.
And why? Can I ask you a question? Why do you keep the gas in the wings for?
Keeps it balanced, right? And then they had space in the wings,
Okay,
right? I
well,
mean,
like you said, that one wasted more gas than this one, so it threw it off. Or?
so look down here, I could go and turn it from both to the right tank. Now they're not very far out, right? So maybe this one burned 3 gallons,
Yes.
right? That one only burned 2, maybe, or something like that, right?
It looked like they
Well,
didn't burn nothing.
That one, maybe this one burned 5 and that one only burned 2.
Yeah.
So then 5, each gallon weighs 6 pounds a gallon, right? So it's only like 30-pound difference.
So wouldn't it kind of like?
That's like if I have a little kid with me in that seat
Yeah.
versus my seat, right? I'm gonna weigh twice as much as that little kid, right?
I'm trying to say.
He's trying not to say you're fat, bro.
I
Well, I'm
balanced.
just saying, like,
I balanced it out, guys, because my
They
stomach.
measure it, right? They measure it
Yeah.
out, and it's not
Oh, okay.
that big of a difference. But like, if I had tip tanks, right? Like the very tip of my wing, if the weight was out there, right? That would be a bigger factor. So then
Okay.
you'd probably want to burn your inner tanks and leave your out tanks full, and then as you swap or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
They have procedures for that, right? So like a plane that has, and it just depends, right? So
That's
in this
cool,
thing,
man.
for the most part, they burn pretty even, like within like 5 gallons of each other. So even though, and these are floaters, right? So this one might not be saying as accurate as that one. That one might be just stuck at the top, but if you shake it, right, usually sometimes you get
Oh, there it goes.
a little wiggle
Yeah,
out of
see
it.
how we moved it? There we go. There we go. There we go. It's all my stomach.
No, people think it's crazy because when I walk out to the plane, sometimes I'll give the very end of the wing, I'll give it like a good shake real quick to get the gauges bobbling.
Yeah.
And then I'll come in and I took my mom up. She's definitely afraid of flying. She probably won't fly with me again. Everything I did, she's like, "Why are you doing that?" Like,
I can't.
I'm like, whoa, it's just normal, standard routine, nothing different.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Was it cool?
Awesome.
Did you like it?
Love it, man. Love it, dude.
I put a lot of thought into it, man.
Man, thank you.
I did. I really did. I you know what I mean?
It's better than anything that I have done in my life, man. Thank you.
Well, we're going to end this live. We're going to help him park his plane. My battery's almost dead anyway.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for a White T-Shirt Media to making this happen. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Get in
hey,
the candy store, baby.
we'll catch you guys on the next one. We're going to back this plane in.
Peace out, guys.